Bo, Wallace, Aristide. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Bo, Wallace, Aristide. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. Aristide a winner, District 2 commissioner. Natural born leader, number one, nobody similar. North Miami bound, tap in, I'm saying listen up. Aristide the best, 30 years and never giving up. Dade County bound, we yelling Aristide. Dedication, motivation, make the city healthy. Vote Aristide, he the GOAT, legendary. August 22, Aristide, no comparing. District 2, 22, you better tap in. Aristide coming through with a different plan. Love the kids, love the people, sucking Superman. Aristide going up, sucking champion. North Miami, Opa-locka, better tap in. Little River, Ponciana, better tap in. Westview, Poundwood, I said tap in. Hialeah, Longmont, gotta tap in. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. 60 with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap to tap to tap, tap in. Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Bo, Wallace, Aristide.
Welcome on board. This is another edition of Wednesdays with Wallace. We've got some tremendous guests. I'm going to bring a guest in momentarily, and I just want to have a quick conversation, a quick dialogue. One of the things that's big about this campaign, this is a campaign of bringing everybody together. There's not a campaign of division and divisiveness. We need to come together as a community. The rhetoric needs to be toned down. We've got to work together, especially in District 2. You've got all kinds of people that live in District 2. You got people that African-American, Haitian-American, Hispanic, people of Jewish origin. You've got Anglo. So this is about us uniting to make a District 2 where all of us have an opportunity to thrive and to be successful. That has been the conversation. That will continue to be the conversation. And I've talked about some things, and I'll mention this. For Wallace Aristide, some of the things that we were able to achieve, the success we've achieved, it was hard work. It was not easy. It was difficult. Imagine being in a situation here in Miami-Dade, no water heater, no hot running water. So you got to go as a youngster like I was, you got to boil the water. Now you got to mix the water, especially coming up in these next couple of months. When you talk about November, December, January, now you got to boil it because it was warm a while back. You could take the cold showers, but now you got to make sure the shower is not too cold. So that's how you want that. That's how humbly we grew up. That's what we dealt with. And then there was no AC. Never been a big AC fan because I wasn't raised with that. So a lot of luxuries that people have, we just didn't have it. So here you got my mother, a lady that made a whole lot of sacrifice. This is what I'm talking about. Miami-Dade's got to work for everybody. When she got here, Miami-Dade really did not work for her. The employment was a challenge. Eastern Airlines was a challenge. Jay Byron's and the other places that she worked at, they were a challenge. So I understand. I get it. I know when people are going difficult times. I've been working with young people for years. Sometimes you go inside the house and you see what the young person, the family's going through. When you walk inside the house, you see a stove, a refrigerator I was given by the landlord. You see no furniture. If you go in the closet, maybe a blanket, maybe a sheet. This is some of the things that people face day to day. That's their life. And I get it and I understand. This is what this is all about for me. Us coming together, making District 2, making Miami-Dade County a place that works for everybody. I can give you story after story, but it seems as though the people that work so hard in the 70s, 80s, and 90s to help build Miami-Dade, it seemed like us, and I guess maybe you call us the locals, it seemed like we're being pushed aside. And you got people that are coming in, and we're okay. I mean, this is a tourist place. We're okay with people coming in, but you can't, on the work that we've done, we can't be treated like we're insignificant or we're not important. Hey, these newcomers, this is what we want, and they bring in money. I get it, but we've got the support. We've got to be there for the people that helped develop and grow Miami-Dade, the people that made the sacrifices, the people that helped build up Miami-Dade. They've got to be there. It's got to work for them. I understand you got people coming in, they affluent, they got influence and they got access. I get it. But the people that have been here, we need to have access. We've got to have the influence. That's important. That's why Miami-Dade got to work for everybody, whether you're a brand new resident, whether you're here for the very first time, whether you've been here for months, years, decades, or generations, or your family been here when Miami-Dade was developed and built about 100 plus years ago. I get it. But it's got to work for all of us. So this campaign is about seeing a Miami-Dade that works for each and every single of its citizens. So this is, give you an idea about the platform. This is what this platform is about. This Wednesdays with Wallace is trying to get us to know each other intimately. Who is Wallace Aristide? What has he done? And we're going to have guests that we're going to bring in that I've had an opportunity to know, get to speak to them. And I want them to talk to you. And I want to hear from them. I want to hear their stories. And they'll tell you how the relationship worked with me and them. So when Eldrine Jackson, and I talk about it all the time, when this was her brainchild and the whole team, I'm talking about Gabrielle Charles and all the people that got Wilkerson June, all those people that got together on the communication side, and this I'm gonna tell you something. This production company with the Lewises, these folks are good. They do some stuff for me Wednesdays with Wallace. I remember somebody saw the video. They're like, man, we can see you in total clarity. You can be seen. And that's because of them. They do a good job. The whole team that comes and put this together. Today, I want to tell the team, thank you. I see Felicia Spann said, you got my vote. Felicia Spann, who has been, I mean, just an extraordinary person in Liberty City, have done so much at the school and other places she's been at. So many people love this woman. So many people admire and adore this woman. I mean, this is somebody near to my heart. Miss Spann, Miss Felicia Spann, I want to thank you. Thank you for joining. I mean, she's watching Wednesdays with Wallace. So our first guest, I'm going to bring him on right now. This man, and I'm going to let him tell you about himself. Man from Cuba. He couldn't be here. We tried to get him on live. He had to go deal with a situation he had to deal with, but he is on the phone, and I like him to come and tell us a little about him, and he could talk about the relationship he and I has had over the years, and I appreciate him so much. Mr. Jose Garcia, are you on the line?
I am.
Excellent. Hopefully everybody can hear Mr. Garcia. Just make sure you speak up so I can hear you loud and clear. I want to make sure the audience hears you. So, Mr. Garcia, I have a couple questions for you. Jose Garcia, talk to me, and hopefully if the producer, if you got his picture so everybody can see who we're talking to, I'd appreciate that if you can, a production team. If that's okay, we do have his photographs. They can see who we're talking to. So, Mr. Jose Garcia, talk to me. Who is Jose Garcia? People ask, who are you? Where are you from? Just sort of the origin. Who is Jose Garcia?
Well, Jose Garcia is a very humble individual that came from Cuba alone, without any family. When I was 13 years of age, Miami was a small town at the time. That was in 1968. Miami almost ended by Lejeune Road. Everything over Lejeune Road to the south was mango groves and avocado groves. There was no houses or no roads or anything like that. I came alone. I stayed in an orphanage for a few months until an uncle of mine came from Cuba. I started working 2 jobs. I cleaned cars in a dealership, and then I washed dishes at night at a Holiday Inn in Miami Springs. I was picked up by one of the cooks at the Holiday Inn, and he picked me up and brought me back to the house. So I went to school in the morning, worked from probably 1:30 to probably 1 o'clock in the morning, and then back to school again at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it was rough. And I heard you talking about challenges. I remember that back in those days, we drank water at 3 o'clock in the afternoon from a hot hose, and none of us got sick. So now the kids have to drink from a water bottle. And I remember the challenges when my family came 5 years after, that no one wanted to rent to Cubans. There were signs on the buildings that said no blacks, no Puerto Ricans, no children, no dogs, no Cubans.
Wow.
So those were the signs at the time. So I know a little bit about discrimination. I don't see color, neither does Mr. Wallace. That's why I support him. I would vote for him. I would do anything that he asks me, because I know that when he gets to office, he's going to do the best that he can for this community.
Mr. Garcia, I really appreciate what you're saying. When you said 68, I came here as a little tiny little boy in 69, so I get it. I was a little guy when we got here in 69. I mean, we came from Nassau, Bahamas at the time, and I remember we got here, and it's interesting some of the things you talk about, because I mean, you talk about being in an orphanage, and when I see, and I guess that's probably, and I think that's probably why you're the way you are. That's why you have passion for young people, and I think that, because see, young people, you have no control over what's going to happen in your life.
No.
So you, as a young person, you're 13, you're not an adult, so you're being guided and directed by adults. You're not being guided and directed by people your age, because they're not in a position to do that, right?
That's correct. And that's one of the things that I always, in our conversation with Mr. Wallace, there are two things that I believe are very important, and that a lot of people in our community forget. The one thing, first and foremost, is the importance of the family, the importance of a father in the house, the importance of a father and a mother in the house. That to me is the foundation of our society. And after that is that kids need to go to school. They need to be supervised. They need to be, how can I say it? They have to be forced to go to school and get an education. Because without an education, what are we going to have in the future? Our communities, the African American community, which I know since I was a little kid. I was part of the integration. Some of my dear friends today were my friends when I was 15, 16 years old. They came from Booker T. Washington to Miami Senior High, and we went from Miami Senior High to Booker T. Washington. They are still my friends today. So we don't see colors. I don't see color. Mr. Wallace doesn't see color.
What?
Regina Davis, a dear friend of mine,
doesn't
see color.
Well,
So what I'm trying to say is, where is all hate and racism coming from in 2021? I don't know. We were abused. We were discriminated, but that doesn't happen today.
Yeah. You know one thing, Mr. Garcia, I think what's big is you judge people on who they are. You meet them. You don't judge people based on, hey, you from this group or you from this. You judge people based on how you interconnect how you make that connection with them, how you communicate. Like I met you, Mr. Garcia, right? We from two different places, right? But we're able to come together as one, and we have the same visions because I worked at a place where you help all children. Well, I saw you help African American, Haitian American, Hispanic, Anglo, you name it. I saw you help everybody. I never saw you give me the impression, well, nah, they're another kind. I don't know. Mr. Garcia, your heart is a heart of gold. I've seen you show your compassion for people. And this is what it's all about for us. I'll give you an example, Mr. Garcia. You are somebody that you're a philanthropist. You love to give. People call you and say, hey, they don't ask you for $5. Mr. Garcia, I didn't ask you for $2. They say, Mr. Garcia, can you donate 1,000 to this cause? Can you donate 2,000 to this cause? And I have worked with you closely, and I've seen you do it. And nobody said, Mr. Garcia, you better do it. We make the request. So talk to me a little bit about what is that all about? What makes you feel that you just got to give like that?
Well, I came from nothing, and I had nothing, not even a family to cry on the shoulder of my mom or my sister or my father. So when I was able to start making some money, me and my wife, we founded a non-for-profit organization called Many Happy Hearts. You can take a look at it. You can Google it. What we do is that we, for the past, I would say, 17 years, we have provided book bags. And by the way, Mr. Wallace has been side by side with me, giving me these book bags, school supplies, turkeys, dinner, celebrating Christmas, celebrating Thanksgiving, celebrating every month the birthdays of the homeless children at the Chapman Partnership. We have been doing that for 17 years. And Mr. Wallace has been there with me, always, without hesitation. And again, he doesn't see color. He doesn't see that I'm Cuban or that I have an accent or that I am brown or that, he knows the needs of the community. Those less fortunate children are the ones that have no families, and they're the ones that we cannot save them all. The world is not perfect, otherwise we would not be here talking.
Yeah.
But if we can save one through scholarships, through providing them an education, through providing them maybe a training. Everybody cannot go to Harvard. But maybe they become AC mechanic or automobile mechanics, or they become painters or gun squad. People that bring positive elements to our society. I mean, all kids are not bad. All kids are not gangbangers.
I got you.
All kids are not drug addicts. But if we don't look, how can we help this child that is struggling? And I don't care what you might not have anything to give to that child. But we have 15, 20 minutes. And that's what Mr. Wallace does. He always has time for those kids. He always has time to listen. He always has time to help someone in need. That's why we get along. That's why I'm voting for Mr. Wallace. And that's why I am blessed and grateful to call him my friend.
Mr. Garcia, I'm going to let you go in a minute because the production company got some other things coming up. But I'm going to say this to you, Mr. Garcia. I thank God for you. I'm truly grateful for you. You mentioned so many positive things that we've done together, Mr. Garcia. I appreciated your support. I knew every time we gave you a phone call, you were always there. Like they say, you were Johnny on the spot, but I'm going to say Jose on the spot. You were always there to help us. You was always there to help young people. Your heart and your passion for young people is amazing. Give me the name of your nonprofit again so I can tell everybody.
It's called Many Happy Hearts.
Many Happy Hearts. Hopefully you can hear it. That's his nonprofit, Many Happy Hearts. This man is always giving. This man is always supporting of the community. This man has been all up and down Liberty City, seeing what he can do to help. He's been all up and down Dade County, Little Havana, you name it. Jose Garcia has been all around Dade County to see what he can do, how he can help. He's just been that kind of person, always want to give back. He talks about his nonprofit, Many Happy Hearts. Mr. Jose Garcia, thank you. I wish we could have got you live, but I'm glad we got you on the phone. It was so great to hear from you. I'm looking for us to do this together. I'm looking for us to connect with the community so the community can know, Mr. Garcia, that we're gonna come here together and we're gonna see a Miami-Dade that works for every single residence, no matter where you come from, no matter if you came here day one, day two, day thousands and years and generations. Miami-Dade County got to work for every single one of us. And you did say something. You said even with the accent, Mr. Garcia, you should have heard my mother's accent. But I love her dearly, and I love you, my brother. I thank you so much, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you so much, and I'm confident that you're going to be our next commissioner and that you're going to do the best that you can for our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please count on me.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all saw that picture, Jose Garcia. Our production team made him like a movie star. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Yeah. So that was Jose Garcia. We tried to get him live, but he had to do something, so we got him on the telephone. This is somebody that, he puts in the work. He puts in, there's one of these people, he's not talking about doing it. He is getting it done. And I've got a young man coming up next in a minute. PJ is going to be coming up with his instructor. I'm looking forward to it. PJ is doing some big things at his school. We won't mention the name, but we want to go ahead and have him talk about what he did, his project. Excellent project, extraordinary. See, this is about young people. This campaign is about those young people. This campaign is connecting with young folks, teenagers, connecting with 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, something. It's about connecting with everybody. We've got to train people, motivate, continue to see people like TJ develop. Because if this man stick like what he's doing, next commissioner, next governor, who knows? He may be the next prez. I'm looking forward to PJ. PJ's coming up next. Come on, PJ, we're waiting on you. We're committed to the success of this campaign. Miami-Dade County Commissioner, District 2. So we look forward. I want to thank everybody we talked about last night. I just want to thank you. Let's continue to work. We got a lot of work to do. We got a year and a half out. Let's continue to encourage people. Let's continue to find voters. We're going to be canvassing the community, making those connections, trying to see what we can do. How do we help? Things that we can create to make this a Miami-Dade that works for everybody.
Haiti, a land of clear blue waters, white sandy beaches, and lush green landscape. So rich in culture, yet so vulnerable to devastation. In the early morning of Saturday, August 14th, 2021, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake ripped through the land of my ancestors. Homes were destroyed, lives were lost, and dreams were shattered. I didn't just want to sit on the sideline and watch this tragic happening unfold. I knew now, right now, it was now or never, to get the answers I needed to do my part.
Wow, PJ, Mr. Patrick Charles Jr. Let me say this to you, man. I was so impressed. I remember telling your mom when I saw the video, I said, this guy's unusual. He's different. So, PJ, I got you on Wednesdays with Wallace. I want to thank you for being on the show. You got family, everybody watching you, PJ. You're a star. You're amazing. I'm just so pleased, PJ. If you could just tell everybody just a little bit about who PJ is, your age, and they can know just a little bit about you.
Well, my name's Patrick Charles. I'm 11. I'm in middle school, and I like to game a lot. I also like helping people that are in need.
Wow. So you're 11 years, you're in middle school, so you're in 6th or 7th grade?
6.
Now you're in the 6th grade, and you decided, and this what got my attention. I said, I got to ask this guy to come on the show. I was so impressed with your project. What motivated you and inspired you to put that project together?
Well, my mom was on the phone with her auntie or one of her friends, and she told me the people in Haiti got struck by an earthquake, so I decided to take matters into my own hands and just basically help out. So at my school, I'm starting like a little project where people donate like little items so we can send them to Haiti and the people can live like a standard, person would.
So here goes you, Mr. PJ, 11 years old. You decide, look, I got to do something. I got to help. I got to figure out how do I make things better? How do I make that connection? How do I help the community? I mean, sort of talk to me a little bit about, okay, you were inspired, you heard your mom, you heard the family, and you wanted to do something. Now that you do it, how do you feel about what you're doing?
I feel proud because the people in my school are helping me out little by little and donating things. And I also got in the PA system about it as well.
So you go on the PA system. People in your school are donating money. They're giving money to this program. So talk to me a little bit about PJ. I saw your presentation. I mean, great presentation. I think you spoke to your teachers at school, and I think you spoke to somebody at a college or university or something like that. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, my sister's like the dean of the school. I got him to interview me as well.
So how was that conversation with the dean from the school? Is that a school you're thinking about going, or I'm just curious, how did that work out?
It was very productive. It taught me a lot on how the fashion industry can help like in times of crisis like this.
Wow. Now, when you say the fashion industry, I'm just curious, would they sell fashion, they try to get donations, or what do you see them trying to get? That's what they do?
Yes.
So the fashion industry, they'll sell some products, they'll sell some garments to try to get people involved, try to get people engaged. So now, were you aware of the first earthquake that happened in 2010? I mean, you must have been 1 year old. I don't think you know about that. Did you hear about it?
I heard about it. I don't know much about it, but I heard about it.
Now, you saw this earthquake. Did you know about the hurricane that struck Haiti also? There was a hurricane that came. You weren't okay. But I'll say this. To me, you are showing something that I think a lot of people can learn from. I think people can learn from an 11-year-old. Here go PJ, Patrick Charles, makes a decision based on information he gathered. He said, I got to do something. Let me do something. And here you are with your classmates, your colleagues, and you collected money, and you putting some things in place to make people's lives better. I mean, what is your future plan, Patrick? You're going to be the next commissioner or something. Talk to me. What do you see yourself, Patrick, when you let's say you get out of high school, because I know you're going to go to high school. You're in the 6th grade now, so you got to finish the middle school, and I know you're going to finish the high school. So what do you see in when you get done with high school? What's on your mind? Where do you see yourself going?
Playboy millionaire.
Say it again.
A Playboy millionaire.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but sounds exciting. So you're gonna be a millionaire. So you're gonna be a millionaire. That's what you plan on doing, PJ.
And honoring God.
I appreciate that too. I think that's nice. But PJ, I think one of the things I would suggest to you, since you plan on being a millionaire one day, while you're at school, maybe you want to think of what does that take? What I got to do? Because being a millionaire is gonna take a lot of hard work. To get there is like I just talked to Jose Garcia. He's doing pretty well, but it took him. He talked about 2 and 3 jobs. It took a lot of hard work. Do you have an idea of going to go to college or what college you may go to? You have any idea about that yet?
No.
So you want listen? I know I'm asking some questions. You want to get to high school first, right?
Yeah.
So there's probably high school you want to go to or something like that. But let me say this, PJ. I'm glad we got you on the set. I'm glad that I love what you did. I think you have a great project. It talks about you just being a human being. It talks about you being an 11-year-old, and just having enough, just enough thing inside your mind, your heart and soul to want to make things better, to want to help people improve their lives, improve their condition. Because the video you showed, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to look at to see people suffering. Am I correct?
Yes.
It's pretty tough, and you wanted to do something about it. I can't thank you enough. I don't know if you have any questions for us before we let you go. Oh, I see you got your mom there. Your mom putting that finger saying, "My son," she's a proud mom. You know what your mom said? My son's number one.
Yes, he's number one. But I wanted to interject something. At his school, the collection that they're doing is not with money because they can't handle funds. They cannot collect funds. But what they have been doing is they're collecting items, certain items like water, medical supplies, toiletries, things of that nature, because he partnered up with 2 organizations. One is For the Kids Haiti, and they have boots on the ground in the southern part of Haiti, giving back to the children who were affected by the earthquake. And he also partnered up with IET Community Trust. And IET Community Trust is helping to stimulate Haiti's economy. So what he's been asking his classmate and their families to do is to donate gift cards for those who would rather donate the gift card instead of getting the items. So that way we can give the gift cards to IET Community Trust so that they can help to stimulate the economy by providing jobs and funding and money of that nature. So that's what he's been doing. And we're so grateful to Iriola from IET Community Trust that allowed him the opportunity to interview her after their press conference after the earthquake. And we're also thankful to Massimo Casagrande, who is the Dean of Fashion at Instituto Marangoni in the Miami Design District, for allowing Patrick to interview him. It was just a collective of, villagers that came together, saw the need, saw his vision, and wanted to come behind him and back him. And we're also grateful to his teacher who couldn't make it tonight for assigning them such a wonderful project. For assigning him a wonderful project, the Global Perspective Project at this young age, and him being a 6th grader. So we just want to, put those out there for the supporters who supported him.
Well, I'll say this, Mom. I can see him being a philanthropist. I can see him being a millionaire. I can see him giving back. I mean, right now he's not a millionaire, but he's already given. I just think he just has a giving spirit. I want to thank you, Dad, and the entire family for really supporting him, being there for him. And I'm so glad and I'm so proud of you, Patrick. You're wonderful. This is what this platform is all about. Bless you. Making sure that young people like you get recognized. Bless you again. Recognized for your work. Recognized what you're doing. Mom, I can't thank you enough. You're amazing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Aristide, for allowing him the opportunity and for being a part of his village.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it's people like you that are doing the work behind the scenes that rarely get commended, that rarely, you know, folks rarely see because you're not in the media. You're behind the scenes, actually putting the boots to the ground, dealing with parents, dealing with students, dealing with people who are dealing with real life issues. You understand what I mean? So thank you so much for allowing Patrick to be on this platform, for even being a part of his village. We greatly appreciate you.
Well, I greatly appreciate you both. Thank you both for being on Wednesdays with Wallace. Y'all made my Wednesday night. I mean, my good. Make sure our production team, make sure we mention the two organizations. Give me the organization again, Mom. The two
It
organizations.
is For the Kids Haiti.
For the Kids Haiti.
IET Sherry.
For the Kids Haiti.
Okay.
For the Kids Haiti and IET Community Trust.
IET Community Trust.
Yes.
AYITI Community Trust.
And then For the Kids Haiti, they have an Instagram page that is an additional FFFOR the Kids Haiti. And
FFOR the Kids Haiti. Good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good, Mom. Good job. I'm proud of you both. I thank you both for being on Wednesdays with Wallace. My goodness gracious. Thank you so much. Folks, we'll come on back in a couple minutes. We had a great time with Patrick and Mom. I mean, Mom's so proud she don't know what to do. You know, that reminds me of my mom, and I tell people this all the time. And I'm gonna just talk about me because this is about getting to know each other. Because I want the community to know who Wallace Aristide is. So I remember when I graduated from high school, it was big. It was humongous. It was like the big, and there's many families nowadays that do that. They do the same thing I did. My family did. When I graduated, it was so big. It was such a big party. You thought it was a wedding. It was humongous. They brought everybody, all family members, all friends. That's why when Mom was talking about the village, they bought all the villages. All right. I don't know. My dad might have been the tribal chief. I don't know. But he got everybody out. So they came out and they celebrated a graduation like I never saw before. I never knew that's what they were going to do. They went all out. But as I got older, I began to understand why they went all out. They went all out because Dad, elementary, Mom, middle. Never went to high school. Never got the high school diploma. And now you one of the first. I was one of the first in the family to do it. And it was big and it was major. You know, going to college, going past beyond college. So for so many young people in communities I've worked at, the biggest day for them is a graduation day. It is humongous. It is phenomenal. It is the largest thing that occurs in the community when you do that, when you have that day, when you're getting ready to graduate. It is spectacular. It is just awesome. And I've always enjoyed graduations. I've always been excited about graduations. So I'm going to be excited at PJ when he has his promotion from 8th grade. I can't wait to see it from 8th grade to 9th. And when he graduated from high school, PJ, I'm going to remind you, it was on Wednesdays with Wallace on this date, on the 27th of October, 2021, 6 years from now. I'm going to say, you say you're going to be a millionaire. Let's get it done, PJ. Let's go get the millions. We're going to come back with our next guest. I want to thank everybody that's watching Wednesdays with Wallace. We're committed to the success of this campaign. Miami-Dade County Commissioner, District 2. So we look forward. I want to thank everybody we talked about last night. I just want to thank you. Let's continue to work. We got a lot of work to do. We got a year and a half out. Let's continue to encourage people. Let's continue to find voters. We're going to be canvassing the community, making those connections, trying to see what we can do. How do we help? Things that we can create to make this a Miami-Dade that works for everybody.
Succeed with Aristide.
They see at Aristide.
Succeed with 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 Aristide.
Aristide. Succeed with Aristide.
Succeed with Aristide!
Political ad paid for and approved by Wallace Aristide, candidate for County Commissioner, District 2, nonpartisan. Let's go for it. Every time that guy says, let's go for it, it does something to you. Again, I want to thank everybody, the ones that are joining in, that are watching us on Wednesdays with Wallace. It was a great conversation I had with PJ. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time speaking with PJ. I mean, just to see an 11-year-old person that's advocating for people that are struggling, that are having challenges. He doesn't know it, but he's already a servant. He's already serving people. And I'm getting ready to bring another servant here, a servant leader, someone that has been impactful in the city of Miami, impactful all up and down Liberty City, all up and down this town, impactful in Pinewood, you name it, all up and down District 2. This man who I've been a friend with, who has been a major supporter and contributor to this campaign. I can't thank Reverend Richard Dunn enough. I think he's ready. I think we got him on. We got Reverend Richard Dunn production team. Is Rev there, everybody? I guess Rev is coming, I'm assuming. Production team, we ready to go? So I guess they'll let me know what's going on, but he's supposed to be coming on the show any minute, I believe. That was our next guest, so they'll inform me. I guess they'll send me a text message or send me something in the chat. Let's see. Let me just talk about a couple things. When we talk about a Miami-Dade that works for everybody, there's got to be an opportunity here in Miami-Dade where if you're a resident of Miami-Dade, the affordability becomes big. We've got residents, like I said earlier, that are coming from everywhere, and the housing prices are ballooning. They're increasing. People need the support. People need the assistance. So we've got to make sure there's something in place to be able to support our residents in Miami-Dade County. There's got to be some home. There's got to be conversation as people develop properties with their expectations about affordability. Got to be an expectation for workforce. So imagine I'm working with people and I have employees that are working with me, and they say, sir, we're not going to be able to stay and work here anymore. What's wrong? What happened? The prices is too high. If I go to Broward County, I get a break. If I go to Palm Beach, I get a bigger break. If I go to Port St. Lucie, it's not supposed to be like this, Miami-Dade County. We've got to work to go ahead and eliminate that. We can't have our people so burdened, okay? Because, see, you run into a situation, because when you talk about education, there's always a concern about an educational gap. But when you're talking about people every day that are working, there becomes a problem with an income gap. The people are not in a position to make the money or make the resources to live in a place that is ballooning with prices. Prices are sky high. The prices have just gotten too high where people can't afford. So you got to look at how do we train people, educate people so they can get those jobs. They can get those jobs instead of starting at even $15 an hour. I know right now, minimum wage in the state of Florida is 11. It's going to go up $1 every year till it gets 15. Right now, 15 is not enough. If you plan on having a decent place to stay in Miami-Dade, you need to look at $20 or more if you're going to stay in Miami-Dade. So that's going to take some type of training, getting people to do those type of jobs, some type of certification, getting people in industry. I'll give you a couple of things that are big right now in Miami-Dade. They can't find enough building inspectors in Miami-Dade. And that's the job where they're going to have to pay you $30, $40 an hour to start. Now, if you're talking about, because everything is going high rises, so now you need elevator people, people that can inspect, repair, elevator repairmen, because that's going to be needed. That's another job where there's going to be a need. So there's a need for a lot of employment, but there's also the training, helping people develop those skills. You can't find enough truck drivers. CDL licenses is going to be big. You get people certified, they get a CDL license. So those are the conversations we got to have in District 2. Because, see, when you look at District 2 and you look at the education of certain cities in District 2, you find that some people in District 2 don't have something beyond a high school or what have you. So now we've got to go ahead and give people those access to those training. Another thing that's going to be major in Miami-Dade County, tech. Big tech is coming in Miami-Dade. But we got to be inclusive. We got to people that live here, people that have been here, they got to get an opportunity for those jobs. They got to be trained. And some of them got to be trained at a young age to get into the technology industry so they can make the six-figure salaries. They can do it. I think the talent is here. It's nurturing. It's getting that talent to grow. It's developing people so they can get those jobs. These are the jobs. This is where the job market is going. The job market has changed. This is what you need to be. This is where you need to be at. These are the jobs that you need to get done. So as we have this dialogue, we have this conversation, those are the major things we need to work on. And I talked about it in the very beginning. Miami-Dade County, District 2, we can't be divisive. This is a multicultural, multi-ethnic community. We got to come together and we got to collaborate. And this is going to be about a campaign that's about bringing people together. This is not going to be about a campaign about dividing people, divisions, disunity. Listen, everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants food, clothing, and shelter. This campaign is about getting people together so we can make that happen. This campaign is about where we live, looking at all those resources, making those resources help the people that live here. I'll give you something that's big. You're in District 2. If somebody's coming with some projects to be done in District 2, you got to employ people that live in District 2. That's going to be part of it. Listen, if we're blessed to get there, okay, if we're blessed to get there, we're going to have a dialogue with people that want to do projects here. Hey, project person or developer or what have you, we need to see who we have from District 2. Listen, we got to have 60% or more of the people that's going to be part of the project in District 2. Hey, we can't find them. Well, let's get some people. Let's get them trained. Let's go ahead and help them develop some skill sets. Whether it's electrical, you heard Jose Garcia, whether it's plumbing, whether it's brick masonry, laying the bricks, we got to train the people. They got to get the jobs. We can't be here in District 2 and the people not getting the job. There's already a gap for employability. Employers are looking for employees. So we got to get the people. You live in District 2. We got to get you hired. This campaign is about getting somebody that we vote for, and that person is coming to get people to work, to help people find employment opportunities. And we've done it. This is not nothing new. We've dealt with budgets. We've dealt with some challenges. We understand how the challenges work. This is what this campaign is all about. So I'm asking everybody that's listening to come on, join us. We need your help. If you could donate, you go to www.wallacearistide.com. I think you've seen it on the screen. If you could donate, if you can volunteer, volunteer is big. We're looking for an army of volunteers. If you're hearing us and you're listening to us, come and volunteer. If you volunteer, you're about making a difference. You're about seeing a Dade County that works for every single citizen. That's what you volunteer for. That's what we need you. That's what we need you for. Come and help us so we can make things better for every resident that lives here in Miami-Dade County. We've got to help with the standard of living. We've got to it's got to improve people. And Jose Garcia talked about it. And I was going to talk to Rev. I don't know if we get him or not. Maybe he's having some technical difficulties. I don't know. We had him. Oh my goodness. How you doing? I don't know. You talking, but I can't hear what you're saying. But
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy. How's everything going? There's the king of production. There's a Xavier Lewis. How you doing, my friend?
You know what? Everything is good, man. And we just had to come on. We're here behind the scenes in the studio.
Okay.
We weren't able to get Reverend done,
okay,
but we wanted to hop in here with you.
Okay.
We wanted to hop in here with you.
I guess after him, is he on? Is he ready? Is he here?
He's not here.
Okay.
He's not here. So, but we the production team wanted to say, Mr. Aristide, like it's absolutely amazing what your campaign represents, what it stands for, everything that you're looking to bring to the table. I think Mr. Garcia spoke on it, right? Such division and separation. And even in 2021, it shocks you at some of the things that kind of have gotten dusted off over the past few years. But we just really applaud you, your campaign, from the production team. You know, your reach is much greater than just, you know, what district is it? Come on, tell the people for us, man.
This is District 2, Miami-Dade County. We do have the show Wednesdays with Wallace. Just so you could know, and everyone on the production team, we'll be back in 2 weeks on November 10th. We've got 2 guests. We got 2 pastors. I've got Pastor Santi Jimenez, who's supposed to come on. We've got Pastor Thompson, who's supposed to come on. And if we don't get Reverend Dunn, maybe he'll come on. We'll make it Pastor's Night. So
we're going to have to get him. Yeah, we'll make it Pastor Night, you know.
Well, we're going to have them. And this is the thing. We've had a chance to go to many churches. Every Sunday, we're at a different church, meeting a whole bunch of different people, and we're talking to them at the churches. And normally we have a conversation at the church. It's not about politics. It's just about them knowing who we are, getting to know me, Linda and I. Linda's been a solid partner in this. She's been intimately involved. I remember, and I saw a span, and she was like, Ms. Aristide, I'm so proud of Linda. She's a strong Black woman. And let me tell you something. When you talk about a sister that has so much love for her community, you know, when you talk about that Black girl magic, she brings all the Black girl magic because she has a heart. And I'm going to tell you this, Brother Lewis. Every year, and I heard PJ, she would go and just go help orphanage, help people in prison. She would go on the island and just do stuff. And then here locally, Wednesdays, she'd be at the church volunteering, help with the. This is pre-pandemic. There was no pandemic. We wouldn't even think about no pandemic 6-7 years ago when she was doing this. So this was pre-pandemic. About 6 years ago, just going to the church here on 125th Street and just on 7th Avenue, just helping people. I've been there many times to go help people. And I remember she would drag me, and I work so hard, right? So you try to get some rest, and she's like, honey, we got to go and help. So exactly, just to give you an idea, when we decided to do this, Mr. Lewis, it was some people that spoke to us and spoke to our hearts because we saw what people were going through. We saw some people that were lined up. I mean, the pantry used to be in the parking lot. Now the pantry's blocks down the street. We're like, wow, this is tough. We got to do something. We got to help make these people's lives better. And that's the reason we jumped into this. We wanted to come, and for us, this is about serving the community. This is not about a candidate. This is not about a person. This is not about an individual. This is about serving a community that we grew up in. I've been here since '69. Linda came here in '82. So, we've been here for a long time, and we wanted to, make our community better. We wanted to help the place in which we live. We wanted to see the place in which we live progress, improve. And the big thing for us is it's as though there's people in Miami-Dade County that help build Miami-Dade, help make Miami-Dade the county it is. And it's like sometimes it's like they're forgotten. Nobody thinks about them. And everyone is excited about, hey, there's some new people coming in. They got money. And, it's one of those type deals. Wow. Listen, we appreciate them coming in and we support whether you're new here or you've been here for ages, but we can't forget those that, Mr. Lewis, I know you have family from Dade County. I know they help. Your family helped build Miami-Dade. Man, Miami-Dade become what it is. It's not like folks that's been here that haven't done nothing. Right. We're on the back of these people that have built Miami-Dade, and Miami-Dade's got to work for them. We can't support this, that you're going to have a Miami-Dade that all these people built, and we're like, it's okay, you'll be all right. No, they ain't going to be all right. Right. We've got to see a Miami-Dade where these people are flourishing. They have access like everybody else, and they have opportunity like everybody else. And if there's a income gap, let's get them the training. Let's get them the support so they can make those, put themselves in a financial situation so they could take care of their financial obligations.
There it
That's
is.
what this is about. This is what this campaign is about. This campaign, I'll give you an example. I've seen so many businesses in Miami-Dade. I was so proud of some of those businesses because, you know, you saw a minority business and you saw the business owner and you saw people, you know, Jose Garcia talk about it, but I saw a lot of people getting a leg up, a lot of folks. You and I, we can connect with. I was so proud of them. But it never dawned upon me at a young age, they were just renting. And it's as though the landlords are like, you know, you guys okay, but we want different clientele. They're going to spend more money. You guys take care. But the landlord forgot. It wasn't for those people that were renting. Mr. Plaza, Mr. Owner of the Plaza, you wouldn't be as affluential or you wouldn't have the wealth you had if they didn't help you attain that wealth.
You best believe it.
Now you can't discard them. You can't say forget about them. So this campaign, we're going to fight for those people. We want to fight for those people. And then one of the big things about us is we want to train people. We want to train them to own these businesses. They need training. And sometimes, you know, somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, they need some help. How do you put that business plan together? How do you make sure that you connect with the bank and you have a relationship with the bank? When the pandemic happened, I just did a survey. I like to just survey. I asked certain businesses, the ones that are doing very well. Hey, you need any help, whatever, because I was working with somebody with the small business administration. So I was seeing if they need, nah, we good. We talked to the banker. You talk to some other business in the community. Like, listen, man, connect me with SBA.
Let's go.
Business administration.
You best believe it.
Connect me yesterday.
So just believe it.
So these are the challenges and these are the struggles that people live in District 2. That's what they're going through. And there's when I say there's a housing crisis, I'm so concerned because there's been some support from the federal government to try to help. I mean, if you go to, and we have it on our website, if you go to ourflorida.com, they'll help you with maybe some challenge you have paying light bill, water bill, your rent. They'll help you with that. Ourflorida.com will do that. But the issue is we've got to connect these folks so they're not out on the streets. We don't need no homeless people. We don't need nobody to be underwater. We don't need nobody to lose their homes. So those are the things we're going to work on. And we've got to work in a big vital group for me. Not only the young people, we got to help the seniors.
Oh, yeah.
Seniors need to know what resources, what's out there. They need to know how they're going to be aided, how we can assist them. They need to know that. And that's going to be big that we have an outreach to connect to our seniors. We just can't lose our seniors to the wayside. I mean, a lot of our people in the last 2 years, as you know, with the pandemic, it's been tough. Healthcare has been tough. And there are some people, listen, we get this stuff. There are some people that we've got to reach out to and see about these hospitals. You know, there's some hospitals in District 2. I had a guy give me a nightmare story, heartbreaking, how he was treated at a hospital. That can't be like that. Not in District 2. That's got to stop. So part of what we have to do is we'll have the platform, we'll have a voice, and Lord willing, we'll have a vote. And if you can help us in District 2, hey, buddy, hey, hey, management staff or administrator at the hospital, it's got to stop. We got to do better. And people need that assistance. People need that support. One of the big things, too, with this platform is we can't be losing our children. A 3 and 4 or 5-year-old got to be able to go to a party without getting gunned down. That's got to stop.
The violence is so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I was with Susan Bullets last time with Bullets for Life, and we had a great conversation. And Susan Bullets is out there. Hey, give a bullet, save a life. That's what she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to make sure people are safe, people are secure. And there's a lot of work to be done here. And I'm just giving you an idea about this platform. This is your platform. This is for you, everybody in District 2, Xavier. So I don't know. Do we have anybody else? Because we're
you know what? I think we have a guest. Is Reverend Dunn live in the studio right now? Let's see.
If we got, you know what happened is technology is unique. Sometimes the technology.
Man, I tell you, man, it's, you know what?
Sometimes technology is awesome, and other times, you know, hey, We call it yard stream. Sometimes I leave you out in the yard.
And you know what? This is just one of those grassroots things for the viewers to get a chance to be a part of the production too. But what we're going to do, I think we do have our guests in the studio. I'll bring them live right after these messages, Ms. Aristide.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's succeed with Aristide. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. I think they're gonna bring the guests. I'm not sure. I guess they'll let me know.
Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Aristide a winner, District 2 commissioner. Natural born leader, number one, nobody similar. North Miami bound, tap in, I'm saying listen up. Aristide the best, 30 years and never giving up. Dade County bound, we yelling Aristide. Dedication, motivation, make the city healthy. Vote Aristide, he the GOAT, legendary. August 22, Aristide, no comparing. District 2, 22, you better tap in. Aristide coming through with a different plan. Love the kids, love the people talking Superman. Aristide going up, talking champion. North Miami, Opa-locka, better tap in. Little River, Pasadena, better tap in. Westview, Pinewood, I said tap in. Hialeah, Longmont, gotta tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Bo, Wallace, Aristide.
Wow, Mr. Fullerton.
What's up, man?
Listen, the man come in. He got we know where you from. You got the U shirt on. And
hey, baby, we gotta represent, baby. We gotta represent.
Yeah. I just wanted to have just a quick conversation with you. I appreciate you coming in, and I want everybody to know if they ask who's Darryl Fullerton, what would you say, Darryl?
If they ask the question, what?
Who is Darryl Fullerton? What would you say?
Oh man, oh God, that's a trick question.
I don't know.
I would say.
How did you end up here? What have you? Go ahead.
Right, I would say a young man that was raised in a small little country town, that was raised by his mom, his dad, grandparents, that learned that, you treat people how you want to be treated, and, to realize that, hey, it doesn't hurt to reach down and help people out. You know what I mean? The only way we gonna succeed as a society is that we help each other out. And I would like to think I'm one of those kind of people, the persons that like to help people out.
Well, so I'll say I know you are. I've seen your work. I've seen your contribution to young people. If you don't mind, I just like you to tell me a little bit about it, because I'm a diehard U guy. My son, you work at the U. I'm Mr. U. So I got no choice. Ishmael is over there, so you're gonna get all my support. Whatever. Listen, I'm gonna support the U no matter what.
Right.
So. Talk to me a little bit about how was your experience? How did that work out for you going to U.S.?
Well, my experience at the University of Miami was a great experience. I got a chance to play with some of the best players in the country. My freshman class was Jerome Brown, Winston Moss, Alonzo Highsmith, Talbot Bain, Melvin Bratton. And to this day, it's like you build relationships. It's like an extended family from your immediate family. Wow. So I had a great experience. We won 2 national championships, and I think we lost maybe 5 games in the 5 years I was at University of Miami.
So you go to you can't win. You got to win too. Y'all had to win too. You couldn't win one.
My connection is bad, so I'm barely hearing you.
Okay, no. I said y'all won 2. Congratulations. Kudos on that. Kudos on winning too. Let's do this, and if you can, sort of talk to us about what are some next steps for you. What are some things you see in the future? Because I know you've been supporting this campaign. I'm just curious, what do you feel are some next steps for you?
Well, the next steps for me is right now I have my own private business. I have a janitorial supply PPE business called Trusted and Dependable Solutions. I'm really working to try to grow this business to get to the point to where I can hire people. Also, I have an idea in the future of how to pass this on to my nieces and nephews and give them something, give them their own business they can start or run if they decide to. If they don't want it, that's fine too. You know, my goal is to work maybe for the next 5 years and build a business and pass it on to family if they want it. And if they don't want it, then, you know, I'll probably end up selling it.
You know, I appreciate you saying that. That's a big part of this platform. We want to see and we want to help people. We want to see people thrive and be successful. Because one of the things that normally happen is some people just don't get those opportunities. And I'm so proud of you and what you're doing, you and your family. I want to thank you for coming on Wednesdays with Wallace. I'm glad we finally got you on. Mr. Darren Fullington, thank you, my friend.
Nope.
Thank you so much.
Anytime, my brother, anytime.
All right, thank you so much.
Good luck to you, my brother. I know you're going to do it. Succeed with Aristide, baby. Succeed with Aristide.
You got the right word. Succeed with Aristide. Thank you, sir. So, as we get ready to wrap this segment up, we're going to be back November 10th. We've got a couple guests that we expect to get lined up. Reverend Thompson, Pastor Jimenez. They should be here in the next 2 weeks. And we've got some other people that will come on in the next 2 weeks. Listen, folks, we had a good time tonight. We had a good dialogue. I thought the 3 guests were very good, and it was good. It was unexpected. We had Xavier as the 3rd guest. So we'll make sure that hopefully we'll have the connection for those people. But it's okay. Listen, there are some things that we've got to do. There's a lot of work we've got to do in District 2. Given the opportunity, we're going to do the work. We're going to put the work in. We've got to be safe. We've got to be secure. We've got to make sure that people are living in a condition where they're not out on the streets. We've got to work with these people that put these developments in place. And if you want this vote, you got to understand that we're going to ask for affordability. We're going to make a request for workforce housing. I mean, if I'm a doctor, a brand new doctor, I may not be able to get the fancy place. I'm a nurse. May not make enough money. How much overtime do I got to make to pay $35,000, $4,000, you know, in rents? If I'm a policeman, I just started. I mean, come on now. I'm a fireman. I just started. How much overtime? I'm a teacher. I got to work night and day. I need night school. You even got me going on Sunday, trying to somewhere I could teach somebody on Sunday to make some money. I got to go 2 to 7 days a week to try to get some additional funding. We've got to work on these. These things become very important. Housing insecurity is a concern. Food insecurity is going to be a concern. Major supply chain issues that are out there. This is the big thing. There are challenges, but we could come out on the other side and really be very productive and very successful. That's what this campaign is about. It's about helping us with all the stuff that's happened. A pandemic where so much has been lost. Human life, so many resources, people have lost them. But we come back out on the other side and see a District 2 that's thriving and successful. Because see, they told me a long time ago, high tide lifts all ships. If we're lifting up in District 2, we'll be able to lift it everywhere. So again, I want to thank everybody for coming on and being on this show, Wednesdays with Wallace. This Felicia Smith, she out there talking about Succeed with Aristide. We're going to get people out there. We'll be knocking at your door. We'll come to your house. If you go to Succeed with Aristide, you'll see us on IG. You'll see us on Facebook. You'll see us on all those social, LinkedIn, Twitter. You'll see us on all the social media platforms. Remember now, this particular show, Facebook Live. This show is also on YouTube, so you can get the show on Facebook Live. You can get it on YouTube. If you want to help, go to www.wallacearistide.com. You can come on and help us. Again, www.wallacearistide.com. If you need a number, 786-468-1579. You can call and we'll have people reach out to you. I want to thank all those volunteers. There's a bunch of people out there that are volunteering. They're doing a great job, knocking on doors, reaching out to people. Let me tell you why I know they're doing it. because people are telling me, hey, so-and-so came to my house. That was nice of so-and-so. So those are the things we're doing. This is what we're doing for this community. Let's succeed together. Let's get this done together. Let's see a thriving Miami-Dade. Thank you so much. Thank our guests, everybody that came in on Wednesdays with Wallace. We'll be back in 2 weeks. It's going to be the holiday, so we'll be back Wednesday, November 10th. And we'll have the guests lined up, and we'll put something out maybe next Friday. I think that's November 5th. We'll send you the lineup that we have at that time. We'll give you information. Ray Siak Aristide. 3 on 4 con Aristide. Again, 3 on 4 con Aristide. Ray Siak Aristide. Succeed with Aristide. Thank you so much, production team. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you on November 10th. Succeed with Aristide.
Hola, me llamo Marcia Sánchez y soy graduada de Miami Northwestern del año de 2021. Yo triunfé con el director Aristide y ustedes también pueden triunfar con Aristide.
Succeed with Aristide!
Hi, I'm Teddy Bridgewater of the Denver Broncos and Miami native, and I have succeeded with Principal Aristide. I need you to succeed with Principal Aristide.
Succeed with Aristide.
They see at Aristide.
Succeed with 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 Aristide.
Political ad paid for and approved by Wallace Aristide, candidate for County Commissioner, District 2, nonpartisan. Let's go for it.
Bo, Wallace, Aristide. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Aristide, a winner, District 2 commissioner. Natural born leader, number 1, nobody similar. North Miami bound, tap in, I'm saying listen up. Aristide the best, 30 years and never giving up. Dade County bound, we yelling Aristide. Dedication, motivation, make the city healthy. Vote Aristide, he the GOAT, legendary. August 22, Aristide, no comparing. District 2, 22, you better tap in. Aristide coming through with a different plan. Love the kids, love the people, sucking Superman. Aristide going up, sucking champion. North Miami, Opa-locka, better tap in. Little River, Ponciana, better tap in. Westview, Pound, what I said, tap in. Hialeah, Longmont, gotta tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, District 2, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Succeed with Aristide, North Miami, tap in. Tap, to tap, to tap, tap in. Bo, Wallace, Aristide.